All right, welcome everybody to our event. Glad to see each and every one of you here. We have lots to be excited about and lots to share. We do have a special guest today that we're going to get to hear speak on consistency. We're also going to talk about all of the things that are coming super soon, as well as, what's out here today. So I have the pleasure of sharing my screen and kind of going through it all with you guys. And then I'm going to hand it on over to Adrian and our special guest. So I'm going to go ahead and get started for you all. All right. So if you're not familiar with NowSite, we are the easiest, most powerful system for network marketers. Now, I like to get it started with some excitement, and I want you to drop a 1 if you agree with me here. Are we the easiest, most powerful system for network marketers? I want to see lots and lots of 1s here in the chat. There we go. That's what I like to see. I agree with you all here. We are guaranteed to turn you into a social media star, getting you more likes and comments, building a loyal audience, and create a ton of new conversations. We have lots of testimonials here, but what I want you to do is, I love some great interaction, right? So I want you, while I'm sharing these testimonials, to share your favorite thing about NowSite in the chat. Tell me your favorite thing in the chat. Maybe it's a special feature, a button, a feeling, the team, whatever it is. I want you to comment here in the chat. But Adina says, I'm very impressed with my results. It's a game changer for anyone marketing products on social media. Kendall says, I want to dial my game on LinkedIn, especially in sales. Thanks to my AI, I achieved this in just a few clicks. My friend Cheryl here, not me, Cheryl, a different Cheryl, says, I finally feel like I understand what I'm doing on social media. I'm actively posting, and I've even started to understand the value of commenting. Love it. Look, we have lots of great comments here in the chat. I want to see if I can read just a few, right? Dirk says that I can create one post, and NowSite gives me 4 specific versions for different platforms. Thank you so much for sharing. Chris says, my favorite thing is the lead generation. Keith says blogs and funnel pages and social media posts, 1, 2, 3. Catherine, it says, got me up and going on Instagram, right? I love that it's easy and it helps me be more consistent. That's from Tammy. David says, compliance. Love it. Jade says, I love being able to use different business profiles, right? This is awesome. The advanced features for websites. That's my friend Laura, who shares her favorite things. Feel free, thank you, Richard. Feel free to share your favorite thing about NowSite here in the chat. I'll be reading each and every one of them, even if it takes me after this to see it. So thank you so much for sharing. Love it. All right, let's talk about what's coming soon. Monica says that star system, and Monica AI, love it. Let's talk about what's coming soon. Our star system, just like Monica was mentioning here, is coming to mobile. And that's exciting, right? We love to go around and have it right there available on our phone so that you can be self-confident, trustworthy, authentic, and relatable. We guarantee you'll double your social media results in 30 days, and we're making it even easier. So look, if you get kind of close here, you can see how easy it will be once our star system is on mobile. You'll be able to post right there on social media. Everybody loves the surprise me button. That'll be front and center. You can comment on posts, even start conversations, and that help me reply button, right? I love getting the stars too. He says, hey, I love getting those stars as well. I love it too. It's just encouraging along the way. Coming soon is improving my social post, which is cool, right? You can kind of write in your own content in the social post area if you'd like. Well, here's a post that says, complete boredom this weekend, did absolutely nothing worth mentioning. Just one of those days where you stare at the wall. Wondering if anyone else's life is as dull as mine sometimes? We should probably optimize that post. And this is coming super soon. And it'll tell you the areas for improvement. So if you wanted to take it upon yourself and improve it for yourself, you could, but it will also give you something suggested to post, right? Which is really, really great. So it kind of changes it up here to say, found myself with a rare, quiet weekend at home, a real change of pace, decided to embrace the calm and recharge. I'm curious, how do you make the most of those slow days? Anyone discover a new book or start a home project? Let's share some stay-at-home inspiration. Way, way better, right, than the first post. And that's coming super soon. And that's called optimizing your posts. This is another fan favorite coming super soon. Create and save social posts. So you can kind of batch all of your content. You have ones that you love, you can save it and post it later. So there's this little magic button that's coming super soon, that little save button. When you have a great post, you can click on it and save it. But here's the thing, you can access that at any time and decide when the right time for that post is. So super cool, coming super soon, saving posts. We also have our enhancements to our CRM that are coming soon, right? It's right up Adrian's alley, so I'm giving him a little smile from here saying, hey, this is with our contact mapping integration where you'll have follow-ups so you never let an opportunity slip through the crack. Rotations of remember, which is great if you're not familiar with rotations of remember. You want to be, it's part of the enhancement to the CRM, so you can keep your conversations with prospects going, even as far as advanced search, so you can find any contact based on anything you remember about them. Maybe you're like, yes, wears great flannel shirts. I have no idea why I said flannel shirts, but you know, anything that you remember and shared about them. And then special dates. Remember every birthday and anniversary. Love the enhancements to the CRM. I love that people are sharing their wins here in the chat with me. Really quick before I move on, Chris says, I got 91 stars. 91 stars is awesome, Chris. Thank you so much for sharing. Ariel says, I improved my social media 500%. I cannot believe it. Awesome. Loving the comments. Here we go. Okay. We also have Eric AI that's coming super soon. So let me just share this with you. Imagine if Eric Worre was your full-time coach. This is the #1 thought leader in network marketing, right? So he's by your side, kind of setting your goals, improving your mindset, and helping you overcome limiting beliefs, closing customers with proven techniques to help you get more sales, recruiting strategy, giving you practical methods to enroll more distributors, and leading your team. Imagine if that was possible. Well, coming soon is Eric AI, where you do have this personal coach and you do have that help closing customers and recruiting strategy and leading your team. But look, I want to share a little bit about what's happened today and recently. We're watching in the background Eric AI come to life. And it is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's absolutely incredible. I think we were chatting a bit about it today. I'm not sure if Adrian wants to chime in here, but it was like sock knocking is beyond anything that I can share. It was absolutely incredible to kind of see the progress of Eric AI, which is really, really cool. Loved it.
It is epic. Justin will kill us. He's gonna be watching, and if we say more, he's gonna murder us. Just mark my words, though. It is so cool.
It is absolutely amazing. So looking forward to Eric AI coming super soon. And it is definitely sock knocking. So let's talk about what's coming today. Thanks so much, Adrian, by the way. Rita's funny in the comments. Make sure that you're checking those out. Fantastic. Coming today, we have one-click compliance today. When? Today. All right. So we're releasing the most powerful compliance engine ever. And what it does is it corrects non-compliant content before it's posted, kind of keeping you out of trouble online, right? Which we all love. And it safeguards a company's reputation, reducing legal risks. We make compliance really easy. So we have a live demo for you all coming up. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it on over to our head of business development, Adrian Schnall. Adrian?
All right. I am so excited. It's finally here, and you are going to get to put this into action. Our new compliance AI tool is launching today, and I just want to show you how this works. It's so cool and it's so fun. And it's just great because you have this like additional sounding board to see how this works and how to make your posts even better. So I went ahead and I set this up a little bit ahead of time just to make it a little bit easier for me to show this to you. So let's just say I want to do an example relating to product. I want to also do an example relating to more sort of business or earnings and that kind of thing, so you can see how this works across both, right? So let's just say, my company, I'm with a network marketing, health and wellness company. They have an awesome, green shake of some kind, and I'm fired up about that. So I went to my AI. I said, hey, I want to post about my new green fitness shake is amazing. That's what I put in there. And so my AI came up with a really awesome post, right? She shows a beautiful image for me, gave me this great post. But, I'm like, man, that's good. But I'm so excited. Like, I'm getting all these results. I want to share the results. So let's say that I go in there and I want to amp up my results a little bit. So I went in there, I went ahead and did this ahead of time so you don't have to watch me type, because I get nervous if I'm trying to type and talk. So let's just say I go in and I go, yeah, but I mean, look, like that's cool, but like I'm benching 25 more pounds. I've lost 10 pounds since I started using this thing. Like the world needs to know, like they're going to be so excited. They're going to want this too. So I go and I change my post here, right? I can type in here. And so you can make changes, right? So I can go in and type whatever I want in there. And so now down below every social post, you've got this new button. It says compliance check. How cool is that? So I'm going to click on the compliance check, and I'm going to have our compliance checker give me its feedback on my post, right? So if you're fired up, you're about to post, and you're like, am I going to get an email from corporate? Now you have a tool. You don't have to wait in fear. Right away. So look, this is high risk, right? And it says personal claims. The claim to have increased bench press and weight loss in a specific time frame should be modified to avoid suggesting typical results without evidence, right? So one of the big things with the FTC is that you don't want to make it sound like certain testimonials, certain specific results are typical. You need some kind of disclaimer there. You need to be more clear. Earnings and lifestyle claims. Avoid mentioning the personal financial benefit and talk about the product instead of a specific earning. So it gives me some feedback, and it gives me a brand new post, right? Discover the green shake that got everyone talking. It's designed to support your fitness journey alongside a balanced diet and regular exercise. Curious about its potential benefits. Reach out and I'd be delighted to share more based on my own experience. Like, that's still an awesome post. It still is speaking to that I'm getting results, but it's keeping me out of trouble, right? And so all I have to do is I can update the post as suggested. Or let's say I read this, I want to rewrite it myself. I could even come in here and I can make changes here, and then I can reanalyze, right? So either way I can do it. I can make some tweaks myself and say, hey, can you let me know if this is okay? Or I can just take that suggested post. It updates that right away into my AI, and boom, I'm off to the races. Super, super cool. So easy. And I'm telling you, man, your company is going to be thanking you for using this, because it's going to keep you out of trouble. And that's what I love. So let's do one more example here. So I want to do one that's related to more kind of, earnings and achievement and that kind of thing. So again, let's say I just hit a new rank in my network marketing company. I'm super excited. I give that to my AI, and it wrote a pretty awesome post, actually. This is really good, right? Big news to share, just leveled up, the whole thing. But I'm like, yeah, but like, there's no sizzle. I got to tell him I got to tell him about the size of my check, right? I want him to know. I want to know what's going on. So I go back in there, and let's say I rewrote this thing, And I just wanted to juice it up a little bit. Oh, hold on. I reshared the same. Did I? Hold on. What did I do? Hang on. You see the new one or the old one? Is it the right one?
Yay. 8 months ago, I started on my network
Yeah,
marketing.
yeah. Okay, good. Sorry. Zoom is weird. Okay, just making sure we're good. All right. So 8 months ago, I started on my journey. I'm now earning over $100,000 a year. Is that okay? Okay. So it's been a ton of hard work to get here, right? So I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying, I'm proud of myself. I'm patting myself on the back here. So let's go in and I have that ping, that little ping of like, I'm not sure. I'm going to go to my compliance check and I'm going to see if this is okay to post, right? I'm going to see where it is. And what I love about this is it gives you a range, right? Like this is not an egregious post, right? It's medium risk, right? It's not terrible, but it's also like there's some things that you probably need to do to make this right. So areas for improvement. The post lacks clarity regarding the typicality of results to ensure there are no misconceptions about the likelihood of success, right? It's assuming I'm making a truthful claim, but that doesn't mean that everyone, if they're willing to work hard, is going to have the same results as me, right? That's not true. So today is a significant day for me. Since starting my network journey 8 months ago, I've worked very hard and I'm thrilled to share that my earnings have grown significantly. While this level of income is not typical and takes considerable effort, it's possible with dedication. Huge thanks to my amazing team for their support. That's awesome, right? It captures all the things I wanted to capture, but it does it in a compliant way. And in a single click, I've now got my post updated to say something that captures the spirit of what I'm looking to do and makes it so easy in just a couple of seconds. I am so excited about this. And Cheryl, this is a big moment for you, actually. You might need to make a post about this. Justin's not here today. So Cheryl is going to channel her best Justin. And Cheryl, I have a very important question for you. When are our friends here today going to get to start using Compliance AI?
Starts now.
Yeah, it's already in your system. So when you go over to my AI, you're going to be able to use this right away. You are going to love it. I'm so excited for you to start using it. And it's amazing. It's a game changer. So I am super, super excited about that. And I am also super excited because we have a very, very special guest today. I'm going to put up a little slide to introduce our special guest here. And then I'm excited to bring him here to the conversation. For those of you who don't already know Simon Chan and his work, Simon is just a total, he's a legend. He is so amazing. He's one of the best people I know, in addition to being an amazing leader. Simon is the creator of a community and a training group called MLM Nation. It is fantastic. Joy just said it. Simon has one of the best podcasts. I think he has the top podcast in network marketing. He has over 750 episodes. And these are not like measly little things. Like they are amazing, amazing conversations with top leaders where I learn so much all the time. He's a beast. He wrote an incredible book in the last couple of years called The Consistency Pill. And he's the model for consistency. He's amazing. And what I love about Simon is that he's not like, he's one of those people that like really thought about how do I teach myself that consistency in a way that is that's accessible to anyone. It's not like you just have to be born with a consistency gene, because you can take the consistency pill. So Simon, I'm so grateful to have you here today, my friend. Great to have you here, and welcome to our NowSite community.
Hey, Adrian, my friend, it's an honor to be here. And NowSite, hey, I don't promote many things, but we've been sharing NowSite to our ML Nation community, and it's awesome. And it's just, I love, the vision behind NowSite, because it keeps getting better and better. Just when you think it's pretty good, really good, it gets even better and better. And I just looking at the compliance, you got the war retraining, it's just incredible. So I love what you're doing for the profession, Adrian, and thanks again for having me here.
Awesome, man. Hey, thank you so much. And yeah, it's been fantastic getting to connect with your community around NowSite. And I know we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along, but I want to start off, our community, I don't think every single person here knows you. So I'd love for you, start off, just share a little bit of your background in network marketing and how MLM Nation came to be?
Well, I got started 20 and a half years ago. I had a job that I loved, and I thought but didn't pay well. But I just thought I was going to do that for the rest of my life. And then I read a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, that I highly recommend everyone. If you never read it, it's one of those timeless classics. That basically said that you can actually be financially free, right? But you need to have the thing called passive income or residual income. And as long as you keep working for someone, you're never going to live the life you want. And that was totally, I went to an Ivy League school. I was, my parents pushed me hard for school. I never learned the concept. My whole life back then was study hard, get a good job, work until you're 65. If you do well, you can advance really quickly. Maybe you retire at 55, and that was the path. And my mentors, the people I looked up to, were all like these corporate people. And that book just said, wow, what? You mean you can be 30 years old and not work and go and work whenever you want to work and still get paid? Then once that seed went into my mind, I was like, wow, I started daydreaming. And I wanted to do something. I didn't know what to do. I thought about real estate. I thought about, but I didn't have any money to invest. All I knew was sports. That's my background. And Rich Dad Poor Dad told me about this thing called network marketing. And I was like, what is network marketing? And then I researched it, and I found out actually a lot of personal finance authors all talked about network marketing is a great way. But some people are negative about network marketing. And I was like, Adrian, what's so negative about network marketing? I thought network marketing was marketing computer networks. I was like, what's so bad about IT? Because this is back in 2003. Okay, so this is when Cisco, everything, the internet, broadband, not everyone had broadband. We still had dial-up, AOL online. And so what's so bad about computer networks? But then I did a lot of research, and I found out that what it was, there is a lot of scams. But then again, look at everywhere, real estate, stocks, there's always scams, right? But there's also a lot of good in network marketing. And if you focus on the good, it is the best way for an average person, especially someone like me, who I was educated but no idea for business, didn't know how to sell, didn't know anything about marketing or prospecting, none of that, for an average person to make good wealth. So I would think I'm in. I was still very skeptical. I read, since I was a big idiot, I read Network Marketing for Dummies, the Dummies book. I read and researched, and I found out that if you consistently build a business for 5 years or more, you can earn a good full-time income, which is 50,000. And I said to myself, I'm not going to do 50,000. I want 100,000. And if I don't make it in 5 years, I'm going to quit. If I make it in 5, but I cannot quit before 5 years because otherwise I'll be cheating on myself. So that's my story. I struggled for months. I believe, by the way, no one recruited me. This is the thing. I actually decided to do network marketing, went to put a company name in Los Angeles on Google, and then called a random person. Like, hey, how do I get started? And he, talked to me for 45 minutes. He gave me the packages. Then I told him, let me think about it. And then the next day he called me, and he's like, did you think about it? And guess what? Of course I did not think about it, right? So, by the way, so that's a lesson here. It's like when people say they have to think about it, they just don't want to be sold, right? And he just like, hey, let me get you started. So it's confidence. So here's a lesson for you all. It's like when people like gotta think about it, they need more information. 95% of the people don't need more information. What they do need is your consistency and your confidence and your commitment, right? Because I think a lot of you are, if you're on here, this is not you just didn't join right away. You joined maybe a couple of weeks. We've all had a prospect says, I need more information. You send them information and crickets. How many of you have that happen? I used to do that. What doesn't make sense? They wanted more information about a pay plan. I gave them the information and they didn't join. Or this person wants to know about a product. I gave them information about why a product is different, but they still don't buy, right? But what they need is your confidence. And for me, like, I didn't want to be sold. And this guy was confident. Let me get you started. So that's how I got started. And I struggled for months and months. And my turning point was really when the The only thing that saved me was I was attending trainings like this. And this is way before, this is 2003. And I remember it was in December 2003. I was visiting my parents in New York. And this guy was saying, network marketing is great. You can make 6 figures residual. And I'm like, yeah. I've heard that before. Yeah. What else is there? And then he said something. Like, if you're doing this business on a Sunday night because you're dreading going to work, and then do it on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, you have life distractions, you have job, your work, and you don't work. And then Thursday night, you have your business opportunity meetings, so you do a little bit. And then Friday, it's the weekend. Saturday, you got to relax a little bit, slow down, have a balanced life, relax. And then Sunday, you go again. Say, you know what? You didn't say you may make it. You say you never go to make it. And I remember exactly where I was. I was at my parents' house in New York, cold winter day. My parents still live in New York. And I paused there. And by the way, this is before we had Zooms. I actually had to, my team was one of the first online teams. So I've been building online. But we used to download calls. I had to burn them onto a CD. And I would play my car, and I kept rewinding that CD, listening to it. I was like, oh my goodness. So I invested by then $2,000, made $0. That's my problem. And I just started to, you know what? My New Year's resolution for 2004 was to do the business every single day, work on the income producing activities every single day. And guess what? I was so frustrated, Adrian. I was like, I'm going to start. I didn't even wait to January 1st. I got started December 28th, 2003. And within 1 week, guess what happened? Guess what happened? With 1 week of being consistent, guess what happened?
You made $1 million. Just kidding.
I made a bagel. 0.
the other end of this.
2 weeks of being consistent. So we're talking about the first week of January. Guess how much I made?
0.
I think that's another thing that people don't understand is like, it's like an airplane, right? All of a sudden you start boosting the engines going, but you stop. It takes, how long is the runway, right? The airplane can't just go for 100 yards. Right, it's got to go for a quarter mile before it takes off. So I was talking, and I got 0. And it took me 42 people to get my first sign up. 42. And so some of you're like, oh, I talked to a lot of people. I was like, how many people you talk to? I think I talked to 10. Oh, you haven't even nowhere close to success. So here's another, we'll talk about consistency, really important part of consistency. I'm talking about in my book, the component number 6 is, actually number 5 is tracking. You have to track your numbers. The only reason I did not quit, now I wish I would say I was very disciplined. No, I was not. The reason I did not quit was my mentor told me, Simon, if you just go out there, do the work, even if you're the dumbest idiot, you don't know what to say, you screw everything up, 1 out of 100 people will buy or join. So, funny thing is, when I got 42, I actually thought I was pretty good. Adrian, I thought, 1 out of 100 at 42. So it's like when you get on the car, Adrian, you're driving, right? Anywhere. You drive anywhere for, just say, more than 10 miles. What's the first thing you do in your car?
Make sure I have gas.
You have gas? Okay, what's the second thing? You have gas? How do you know where you're going?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, I do this before. I can't navigate my way like down the street without my GPS. I got to know where I'm going.
GPS, right? It's funny. Even if you're going somewhere that you've been all the time, use your GPS because you want to know when you get there, right? When you look at the GPS, I don't know about you, but before I look at the instructions, I look at the ETA.
Yep.
Right?
There you go.
So imagine you're going for like a long ride. Imagine like I want to visit you. I'm in LA. I'm going to visit Adrian in Colorado. I'm driving and I don't have a GPS. I'm like, it'll be the most boring and miserable ride. I have no idea what progress I'm making. I have no idea how long I'm going to get there. Right? Look, like if I put in the GPS right now, like I guess LA to your place would probably be 20-hour drive, 25 hours. Like I drive 2 hours. I think, oh, how much longer? But if you know how much progress you're making, it motivates you to stay consistent. So that's what kept me going. Hey, I'm a little bit there. And I'll tell you, when people say, I ask them, how long, how many people have you talked to? 10 to 20. There's a big difference between 10 and 20. My first 10 calls, when I picked up the phone, I was hoping they wouldn't pick up.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't need to talk to them. So I would say, well, I did the work. It was not my fault they didn't join. I did the work, right? But then by 20, I actually got past a low. I was actually pretty decent. And I remember by 30 something, I was actually got people to presentation, but I just didn't know how to close. But you know what? By tracking it, you know what it did? It motivated me. I was like, wow, I'm getting a little bit better. My mentor said 1 out of 100. I'm 1/3 there. And 1/3, if I'm only 1/3 there and I can get people to a close, I just can't get them to sign up. I can see the light of the tunnel, right? The tracking was like, if you go in the tunnel, it's all pitch black. There's no hope. You see the little light, you have something to go towards. That's what tracking did for me. And then finally, by the 42nd, I got the first person. And by the way, that person had no idea what he was doing. That's a story for another day. I woke back home in the morning, and he was sleeping. He worked a night shift. I signed him up, and I think he thought he was dreaming or something. And the next thing you know, it was like a $700 charge on his credit card. But hey, like I said, even if you don't know what you're doing, 1 out of 100 people will buy or join. Anyway, that's a lot, Adrian. I'd love to share about this profession. There's so many lessons there. But anyway, it was a long answer to a short question.
No, it's that was really, really great. So I want to delve a little bit deeper because the consistency consistency is absolutely the key to Simon's success. It is the key to how he has helped so many really big leaders in network marketing to increase their success. He's helped them along the way in their journey. And you really, I mean, you have broken this down into some key pieces. And so I'd love for you just to share, a couple of nuggets of wisdom of, what are some practical things that we can do to create more consistency, especially in our kind of online building of our business right now.
Well, I think people they say consistency is important, but they really underestimate what the value of consistency is, right? Because if you're not, especially with NowSite, you should be promoting and posting every day. Now, I'm not talking about promoting your products, but promoting your journey.
Yes, there you go.
Because ultimately, people are not buying your products. They're not buying your service. They're not buying your business. They are buying you. Right? I don't care how, you all have great products, but it's nothing to do with your products. Number one, we're selling dreams. We're the dream selling business. You're not the health business. You're not the service solo business. You're in the dream selling business, right? That's why you all are on here, because you're going after a dream. You're not going, yeah, some of you have good health products. I talk about health, a lot of people buy health products, right? You may be into health, but you're not in this webinar for health. You're in it to go for your dream. The same thing for your prospect. Even if they buy like a health product, that's a dream. They dream to be healthier, right? So why would someone follow you? And by the way, it's not about your product and service. I think once you make that shift, I think that a lot of people are new. They wow, I got a great product. We're the best. You'll buy. No, it's not true. If that was the case, everyone in network marketing would be very successful, and then no one would make any money. Okay? So reality is, if you look at a company, certain type of people make all the money. A lot of people don't make any money. It's because they're buying the person. Right? So if you are not showing up every day, why would someone join you? Why would someone buy from you? Right? It's like if Adrian visited me and I went to take him out to lunch, and all of a sudden we drive by, like, what type of food do you like, Adrian?
Thai food.
Thai food, right? I'm not the biggest fan of Thai food. My wife loves it. Pad Thai. We go there, and there's a place right down the block from where I am, but it's closed. Okay, it was open yesterday. Then we go somewhere, and then we go somewhere else to eat. The next day, that place is open. Then it's closed for 2 more days. Then what are you going to think of that restaurant? Right? It's the same thing in your business, right? You got to show up every day. Even if you're not getting stars, you're not getting likes, guess what? People see you. They may not comment, they may not like, but they're watching what you do. So even if you do one post and only 5 people see it, 5 people know what you are doing, right? And prospecting, I say people think that when they go out there, people are going to buy and join. I just want to share some, I'll share the bad news first and the good news. The bad news is most people, 95% of the people will not buy on the first exposure. 95%. When they first see it, they're not going to join, not going to buy. Okay, but the good news is everyone will eventually buy, join, or give you a referral. Everyone. Now that means you do a post and I just like, oh, whatever, right? But I see it again and again and again and again. So let me ask you this: if you wanted to order pizza, like cheap pizza, it doesn't need to be good, just delivered to your house really quickly, right? Everyone just type in the chat. Who would you call? Okay, quick cheap pizza delivered to your house really quickly, who would you call? Who would you call? Everyone type it in. I want to see what would you call if you want cheap pizza delivered to you. Okay, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Nick's, Domino's. All right. And it's so interesting. Who would you call, Adrian? Who would you for cheap, quick pizza delivered to you for lunch right now?
Papa John's.
Papa John. You know what's funny? I asked that question to, someone said Costco. I didn't even say Costco delivers, right? Delivered to your place, right? By the way, I actually like Costco pizza, but I've asked that question to throughout America. I asked it in China. I asked it in Philippines, the UK. I asked it in Canada. Doesn't matter what country where I asked that question. There's always 3 common answers: Domino's, Pizza Hut, or Papa John's. And the Little Caesars comes in 4th, right? And you know what? That is marketing.
Yep.
It's like, you know why we think of that? Because we see those commercials, billboards, banners over and over and over and over again, You see in the Super Bowl, you see when you're driving, and you don't even notice it, but you see it. But the one time you're hungry, you order that, right? So that's the thing. Your prospects may not be interested, but there'll be a time, and you don't know when that time is. It could be today. It could be 6 months from now. It could be 1 year from now. Oh, I need a change in my life. Will they think of you? And if you're not consistently using NowSite, posting your journey, people are not going to think about you. So that's what consistency is so important. If you're not consistent, no one's going to join. Like, think about it. And a good question to ask yourself is, would you follow yourself? I think everyone here, you probably follow yourself. You got social media content going out there, but you got to be using the tool every single day. Right? If you're not going to follow yourself, then why would someone follow you? Why would someone buy from you? Why would someone trust you to give you their credit card to buy something you have to offer? Now, even if they like the product or they like your company, they'll buy from someone else in your company. They'll buy from someone else. And that's why the leaders always win, right? You know why network marketing doesn't work? Because only the top people make all the money, right? Oh, that's a joke. Right? I'm just saying you are paying attention. The reason why the top people make all the money is when they show up all the time, right? And they know it's a long-term game. People like Adrian, people like Tom Chanel, they know, like, hey, it doesn't matter. He's not interested today. It doesn't matter if he's not interested 3 or 5 years from now. One day he'll be interested, and I'm there for them. They always show up. And it's funny, the shorter term you think, the least successful you have. So you do 3 posts. So you're excited. You do 3 posts. And then by Saturday, Sunday, you're not using it. Okay, that doesn't work. Leaders are showing up every day.
That's
so I'm going to add more a little bit to that. And then I have a couple other things to share. 7 components. Now, most people fail in the goals is because they don't use these 7 components. Okay, and I'll talk by the book. So New Year's goals. I think someone said that most people quit by January 19th. I don't think any of you plan to quit. Right? Tomorrow's January 19th. But if you want to be consistent, number 1, you got to have a checklist of things to do. It's got to be a checklist. You can't say, I'm going to build my business. Right? Even like your checklist, and sometimes you have so many options. There's just so many different things you can post. But what specifically are you going to post?
Yeah.
Have a checklist. Number 2 is you have to create and schedule the time. You have to create a routine. You're never going to, well, I'm going to do my business and I'm going to have time. You're never going to have time to build your business. You're never going to have time to use. NowSite's got so many cool things. You're never going to have time to play around with it and get something done unless you create that routine. I have a social media routine. Adrian has a routine. You need a routine. Number 3 is you have to determine the strategy. Like, what are you going to do? Number 4 is choose your environment. Okay? Social media posts, sometimes I have a great office. I can't get things done. I go to my car. I go take a walk with my dog. That's where I get my ideas. Choose an environment. If sometimes you have family that's not supportive, you change that environment. Number 5 is you got to track. We talk about that, tracking. If you're using a content calendar, Christine, that's awesome. Right? That's a strategy. That's a checklist. Number 6 is the tools. I'll give you 2 tools. Number 1 is a calendar. And number 2 is a timer. Right? I'll talk about that in a second. And the last thing is you need accountability. Without accountability, not going to make Adrian as accountability partners. I have accountability partners because it's like going to the gym. You want to have a workout. you may slack off. But if you're meeting someone, you're gonna be right. You're gonna show up. And accountability does not need to be upline. It could be anyone in the NowSite community. Right? And I'll give you a tip: when you're accountable, finding an accountability partner, choose someone that is your level. Right? I found out those are the best ones, because you find someone that's very, very successful. Maybe they're busy or it's not as relatable, but everyone here, you're not going to quit. You're motivated. Find someone that's your level. And also here's a tip. Everyone is busy. So why would someone be your accountability partner? Right? Number one, always give value. Give value. So you're going to reach out to your accountability partner. Instead of them holding you accountable, you think, like, what did I learn today? Maybe I learned from this training. I want to have an update. What can I share? Or maybe I reached out to a prospect. I did this. Or maybe I used a certain camera filter and helped out. Share, always provide value. And then you share an update. That's part two. And then you can always ask for help. Simple template there. Give value. Share an update, what you're doing. And then ask for help. Now, I talk about the tools, component 6, 2 tools, calendar and the timer.
Yeah.
Most people are not consistent because they get distracted, right? They lose focus. So I'll give you an example. You want to go to the gym today, but all of a sudden something happens to your child. You got to go to school, pick them up. Oh, there goes your gym time. Well, there goes your consistency. Right? In business, you can't afford to lose that consistency. And we all are busy and we have limited time. Yeah. So just like you have that content calendar, I talk about creating that routine, you have to use the content and block off that time. It doesn't need to be much time. It could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's number one, time block, right? Number two is protect that time. I think everyone here, you know about time block, but treat it like a job. You know, wait, if your boss told you have to show up, you will show up. Show up for yourself. You know, my late mentor, Jim Rohn, told me, you work full-time for your income, part-time for your fortune. So you only got 15 minutes to do something, show up. Protect that time block. And here's something I learned from my mentor, one of my mentors, Gary Keller, said that for every yes, I know you all want to hear this, because this advice may not be, some of you may not like this advice, but so true. Okay. For every yes you say, you have to give 1,000 no's. Right? So if you want to stay consistent with NowSite, there's 1,000 things you got to say no to. It could be no to people, no to distractions, no to watching TV, no to reading certain things reading the news, reading about politics. I don't know what it is. 1,000 no's for every yes. No, we're not talking about people joining your business, Leslie. We're talking about if you want to be consistent, you have to just say you want to be 30 minutes of consistent in your business. It's 1,000 things you have to say no to. Right? Okay, so let's just say, I'll give you an example. I'm focusing on my social media posts on NowSite, and someone's texting me right now. I got to say no to that message. Because if I read that message, what's going to happen to my mindset? I'm not focusing on social media. Instead of working with NowSite and getting that thing done in 3 minutes, now I got to go back and think about what was I going to do again? Where was I? Right? Or taking that phone call. 1,000 no's for every yes. Think about what's the most important you think you need to do, and you have to give everything up.
Simon, thank you so much. It has been.
You're welcome. I just want to go through this. Somebody asked a question before about tracking, right? A simple thing to track, I don't even make it complicated, is just say you're posting every day. Just track how many days you're posting. There's a great app, Streaks. I use it. I think there's a free version, paid version. Every day. It's like, for example, consistency, sleeping 7 hours. I track. I got a streak going. Hey, I did it for 17 days in a row. Or make it fun, gamify it. So that's a simple thing you can track, right? Just how many days, and that's why Jerry Seinfeld became great. Jerry Seinfeld became great not because he was born a great comedian, he did, but what he became great was when he's early in his career, when he was not getting gigs, all he did was, his goal was to write one joke a day. He'll mark it X in the calendar.
Yep.
And then he did another day, another, and then he got 5 days in a row, and then I'm going to keep it going. And he's been doing for tens of thousands of days now for the last 30 years. Write one joke a day. It's as simple as that. Do one post, use NowSite, post one post a day. Spend 5-10 minutes on it every single day and create that time block, and you protect that time block.
So good. So good. Simon, you have been so generous. Thank you for coming and spending this time with us. Friends, definitely you want to go check out consistencypill.com. He didn't even ask me to do that, but I am such a huge proponent of what he does that you really want to go check that out. Simon, I know you got to get on to your next thing, but thank you so, so much for being here. Everybody give Simon a thank you in the chat. We love you. You are a great man and a great friend, Simon, and looking forward to seeing you soon.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you again for having me. Some of you have gotten the book already. I really appreciate it. If you got the book, message me. I'd love to connect with you. And also, hey, NowSite is an amazing, amazing tool. But just like anything else, if you're not consistent with it, you're not going to get the results you want. But if you stay consistent, it is going to transform your business 100 times. So anyway, thanks again for having me here, Adrian. You're an awesome friend. I appreciate you all. And everyone else, stay consistent with NowSite and go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life. God bless you all.
Thanks, buddy. See ya. Oh my goodness. That was so, so good. Cheryl, I'm going to hand it back over to you. I know we got a couple of things before we wrap up, and I'm buzzing. That was so fantastic. So Cheryl, over to you.
Thank you so much. That was super exciting. I love that people were kind of writing their stuff down and making sure that everything was taken care of. They're looking for the recording. You can find it on our NowSite page. And a huge thank you from all of us, Simon. That was incredible. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Last week, we introduced 3 equals free, and I'm going to share with you a bit about how 3 equals free works. You can receive your My AI subscription for free or up to $29 a month credit on higher priced plans, as long as you have 3 active paying customers. Here's a bit about how it works. All you have to do is go inside of your account and share your referral link. Sign up 3 customers and your subscription is free, or again, up to $29 a month on higher priced plans. I just wanted to take some time out and say a huge congratulations to all of these people who, I think it's been like less than a week, maybe a week-ish, that we introduced 3 equals free. Congratulations to Russ, Thomas. I'm going to try to read every one of these names out loud and give them a congratulations. Orion, Lynn, Wendy, Christina, Andrew, John, Christian, Valerie, Sherry, Jennifer, Samantha, Sarah, Angela, Kristen, Lydia, Enrique, Lynn, Elena, Natalie, Leanne, Cheryl, not this Cheryl, but Cheryl, Elizabeth, Barb, Andre, Chase, Tina, Michael, Barbara, and Lindsay. Congratulations. You all got your 3 customers and you got your My AI subscription for free, which is awesome. Huge congratulations to you all who have accomplished this. And you can do it by sharing your referral link. The official launch of Network Marketing Pro Partnership happens January 27th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. Pacific time. It's a 3-hour virtual event designed to teach you how to use social media to attract, communicate, and bring more customers and distributors into your network marketing business on a consistent basis. This is happening through Eric Worre's social media masterclass, and they're going to have a special guest. Our founder and CEO, Justin Belobaba, is going to share there and share how NowSite is the perfect solution for network marketers who are struggling on social media. I think we're going to get an inside look at that Eric AI too. Just putting that out there. Look, you can register now and spend 3 hours with Eric, Justin, and some of the most well-known social media experts as they share a step-by-step plan to growing your business on social media, all by going to nmproevents.com/SMM. Social media masterclass, basically. nmproevents.com/SMM. But that's not all. I do want to share for our current My AI monthly customers. So if you're a current My AI monthly customer, I need you to get close to your screen and check this out. You can switch to annual and save. It's actually over 55% I think Adrian was like, are you going to put over 55% on that flyer? I would save 55% on My AI. You can do a one-time payment of just $260. That's a savings of $328, all by going to myaiannual.now.site. You can fill in the form. This offer ends January 23rd. If you just so happen to miss the link, you can always email support as well, but that's a huge savings. It's actually over 55%, right, Adrian? You can go to myaiannual.now.site, just a little resin for my friend Adrian there. So monthly My AI customers, you could switch and save. This was absolutely incredible. Our special guest was amazing. I saved this chat because I love everyone kind of sharing what they love most about NowSite. It's super cool to see, and I love to read all of the comments. I want to send you guys a super huge shout out for doing that. Thank you so much. And Simon was awesome. I think we learned lots and lots today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.